Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. I have this stunning birthday kit from Sadiesstickers. It is incredibly beautiful. I think this was the August 2023 weekly. I do have the monthly version of this, and I did a full dive on this during my recent haul. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in seeing all of the sheets in greater detail, because I definitely go into a lot of detail with all of the different sheets, including the decorative kit that's now included. And I had so much fun planning with this. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit overwhelmed because I did have so many sheets to work with, but I just tried to keep myself calm throughout the entire spread and reminded myself that I don't have to use every single sticker even though I wanted to. But realistically, this planner is not that big, so I can't really fit all of those sheets of stickers onto 2 pages. And I also struggled with the bottom section here because I had to pull out the undo, which resulted in the stickers drying very weird and lifting, and it was a whole mess. And I only had 2 of these fences left, so I had to salvage it. Those are from the Pretty Pink Co. And I had to wait for it to dry. I ended up having to lift it up again off camera and use double-sided tape just to keep it down. And it was quite tough, but thankfully I have those Tombow roller tapes, and that helped very much, and it looks significantly better. Undo is not very forgiving at times when it dries, depending on how it dries, and I don't know the whole science behind it, but sometimes I've noticed after using undo, my stickers will lift or, just not be completely flat. I don't know what it is, but sometimes it works fine and others it tends to do that, so I'm not really quite sure. But anyways, with that, I do have a code with Sadiesstickers. It is Rachel20 for 20% off, and then if you put my name in the notes to seller, you'll get my freebie. This is the double-sided tape that I'm using. It's like a roller. It's on a roller. It's from Tombow, and I love it very much. You could probably see some of the sticker was lifted, and that's where I was using the undo, and that's probably how it dried. So it was a little bit deformed, which was not fun to work with, and I did not want to mess it up and have to redo the whole bottom washi, but again, this was my birthday week and I was trying really hard to make it beautiful, and I think I was starting to overthink stuff. So I tend to overthink very important weeks and spreads, especially for things that happened that week. So I try to make them extra special, and I tend to overthink it, and in turn I make mistakes. So piece of advice, just try your best to let it go and just have fun with it. And I feel like if you're having fun with it, it's the perfect formula to coming out with a really great spread, and you're less likely to make mistakes because you're just having fun. So I had to remind myself of that throughout this spread because I really had this vision of just kind of flowers going everywhere. As you can see here in the day cover section, I tried not to make it too busy because everything else was so busy, simply because I wanted it to be balanced since I did a scene at the bottom of the columns. And if I made the day cover section busy, it would have been overkill in my opinion. So I tried to just make it very simple with some torn paper in the corners and then some large and small florals and accents throughout. And then I also pulled some inspo from Lauren of Plan Mosh Plan. I've seen her use the swatches that come with kits, and thankfully I had 2 of these journaling pages to maximize the day cover section, or because normally I think there's only 3 or 4 on one sheet, but I had 2, so I was able to use varying colors for the swatches just to give the date scripts a little swatch of color. And again, I had so many sheets of florals, so many that it was overkill, and I had to try to balance it out. I tried to use large pieces, medium pieces, and small ones, and then a little bit of accents here and there as well. So it looked a little bit whimsical on the top where florals and things were just falling, and that was the intent that I was going for. And I think I achieved it. I think it turned out really pretty. So for the floral trims, I really wanted to use those in the top row in lieu of headers, and I also didn't pull in any of the headers that came with the kit. Although they were beautiful, I really wanted to just use the lace trim. It's been my favorite thing in Sadiesstickers kit is the lace washi. It's so beautiful. You can use it as headers, you can just use it as a traditional washi, but it's really nice. I ended up trimming it because I only used it on the full boxes for the second and third rows. Also, something else that I did in this spread, I only used full boxes every other day. So I had, I think, I think I ended up having 2 or 3 days where I didn't have a full box at all, and I didn't stagger them in like a specific row. Instead, I just kind of had them floating and tried to balance it because the third row was filled with this scene that I'm making here. So if I tried to put a full box right above that in the second row, it would have looked too cluttered. So I tried to have my other full boxes in the first and like 1.5 rows, if that makes any sense. I tried to just have them balanced. And instead of using a full box on a couple of days, I left it empty so I could actually fit more things that happened that day. And I was intentional about having my birthday not have a full box so I had more space to write things out and mark my birthday, etc. So, love the scene. It's so beautiful. I liked using the smaller teacups in lieu with the larger cakes and the larger slice of cake and such. This way it looked like one was in the background and things like that. Just trying to play around with dimensions here and try to make it look like a scene. And I'm also adding some extra florals to make it look like it's continuing to fall from the top of the day cover section onto the bottom. And yeah, I really love how this turned out. It's incredibly beautiful. I really loved the large florals that came with the decorative add-ons, especially the large corner florals that I used at the bottom right hand corner here and then also on the left corner as well. Also, forgive me, as I'm doing this voiceover, landscapers are outside and my Roomba is on, so it's quite loud in my house right now and just the surrounding area. So I do apologize if you hear that. You probably won't. I will try my best to edit it out. Here I'm just pulling in some line dividers or line washi from Paper Trail Plans. They are so beautiful and I just love the simple line it added to it and just a pop of foil. I did that in the day cover section as well to top off the floral washi instead of just, sitting by itself. And I'm just staggering my full boxes here. Yeah, I only had 2 columns where I did not have a full box. And I love that I did this. This reminds me a lot of how a few other planners plan where they just have the full boxes floating and they kind of put the full box down as they're planning and it's not specifically in a row, if that makes any sense. But I love how it turned out and I was able to work with the spacing that I had. I'm pretty good about playing around and working in the space I have because even though I'm not always staggering full boxes between rows like this, I sometimes will have florals or something just, sitting in the middle of a column, or I've done that before and I've had to really just work with the space that I had. And I think that turns out really pretty still. And I guess I have enough practice and it's kind of been like my flow where I have no problem with making it work. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like for example here, if you are used to something and a format consistently, this small space here might be too small to fit one thing that happened that day. Whereas, you know, I'm I'm used to kind of forcing myself to work within a certain space just because I do have to like adapt often. I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyways, here on the day by day, I just did my nails and all of my icons I pulled in are from White Deer Stationery. I could not decide if I wanted to make this a foiled like icon spread or a colored icon spread. I decided to end up going with a colored one and I'm very happy with this decision because I really, although there are a lot of foiled elements, like, when I do the Viv Wiggle and everything, you'll see all the foil, but I didn't want it to be like overkill on foil, where I wanted the foil to just be mostly from the accents and dividers and garlands and such, or not garlands, sorry, trims and dividers, yeah, those, and then any of the boxes I pulled in that were foiled, but I really just wanted it to like shimmer and not be like kind of like glittered foil where it's like just intentional and here and there versus like every single thing is foiled, if that makes any sense. And I wanted to do that because throughout the full boxes there were like florals and like fruits and such that were foiled and or that are foiled and I wanted to kind of mimic that same look where the color was consistent throughout and then a little bit of shimmer here and there. I hope that makes sense. Probably didn't explain it very well, but I definitely tried. Okay, so this was a very heavy like wedding planning week. I don't know why I decided to do this on the week of my birthday. It just kind of felt like that. And I did all the celebrating the weekend before and the weekend of this week anyway, so it was no big deal. But I am the kind of person where I start doing research, I will just keep going and like go down this rabbit hole and I can't be stopped. So during this whole process of planning our wedding, I have been trying very hard not to I've been trying to find the balance of not putting it off too far or too long, and then not obsess over it so much that it consumes my day to day, because like I said, I kind of go down this rabbit hole. So I noticed that like it'll come in waves of, ebbs and flows of, I'll have a whole like a wave of different things I'm researching, and then once I book them, I'm done. Like I really wanted to get all of my large vendors out of the way, and like the large vendors that were important to us. And I feel like vendors are booked out already for 2024. So I'm very glad and proud that I planned this early on and booked my largest vendors, because I didn't want to go into like 2024 or end of 2023 stressed out about that. Okay, so on Monday we also played badminton, which is really fun. I really want a badminton icon. Like I can't find one. I think I suggested like tennis or badminton icons to White Deer Stationery. I will sometimes have a list of suggested icons, and then I'll email them as like a whole to the shop owner as a suggestion, because she's great. She's always like taking suggestions. And then I did cardio on the elliptical. I used a headset or like headphones here to mark that, because I usually just like listen to music or watch a show or YouTube or something like that. Wanted to mark my birthday as pretty as I could, so I just used some boxes and layered it with the square corner from the Gathered Layers collection. I used a cake and balloons. I have always put like the number or my age that I'm turning in the balloons. I've done that for quite some time now, for a couple of years, and it's kind of just been like my staple. I think it's really cute. So I turned 29 this year, had a massage appointment that was like my birthday gift to myself, and then also we booked the wedding videographer this day, so that was really nice. Trained back and biceps at the gym, and then we grabbed pad thai with some friends. Or yeah, with some friends and our family. That was really nice. Just kind of like I love like random, hey, let's go get dinner and hang out kind of moments, because those are the best in my opinion, when they're not overly planned and you just get together. It's really great. Okay, so on Wednesday I did fasted cardio on the elliptical, and then we had a call for the wedding DJ and photographer that day. So again, like I said, our largest vendors that we really wanted to book was the caterer, the photographer, videographer, the DJ, and I feel like I'm missing one. And the venue, obviously, yeah, the venue. So the venue was the first thing we got, the videographer was next, and then photographer, and then we got the caterer, and then I just booked our DJ. So catching you up to speed, like, end of July, our last vendor that we booked was the DJ, and that was really cool. I like music is very important to us. Being like a dancer, and just like Greg loves music too, and I really want it to be like a grand party. Like I want everyone to have such a good time and to have fun, and having like quality songs, like song choice, and like the flow, all of that is so important. I'm sure if you've ever planned a wedding, you know how every little detail is so important. But for me, like I just want to have like a party. I just want it to be so fun, and just like everybody's dancing all the time, and there is no like moment where it's just so dull, unless like during the reception where everybody's eating and stuff. But when I say dull, like I want everybody like on the dance floor. Because I've gone to so many weddings when people don't dance, and I'm like the only one dancing, and it's such a bummer. My best friend's wedding that I was a bridesmaid for, she's my wedding planner too, but her wedding was so fun. When I say like everyone was dancing, that is the vibe I'm trying to have too. And she was a dancer as well, so makes a lot of sense, and that's definitely what I'm going for. Okay, so let's see. And then also Wednesday, I trained legs as well at the gym. So I did a 2 a day that day, and then I hit 10,000 steps. So I was very proud of myself there. On Thursday, we had a Ray and Tay sale go live, did fasted cardio and abs, and then paid for our wedding photographer. So that was the same week we booked our photographer. It's really cool. Our photographer and videographer have worked with each other before at other weddings. So it was really nice. To know that they were familiar with each other and have worked together, because I think that does help things. It doesn't like hurt. Okay, so Friday had a Starbucks run, tattoo appointment pretty much all day. I was there from like 12 to 8, I think, and then grabbed Chick-fil-A for dinner and a milkshake that was so yummy. I love this little like drink cup from White Deer Stationery. It was a freebie. I really hope she includes that in her shop permanently. I don't know if it is, but it's so adorable to mark getting like a soft drink or going to the movies or a milkshake, literally anything, a carnival, like it's just so adorable. And then on Saturday, oh, also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I pulled in the alcohol ink swatches only at the bottom with the little scene I made just to add a pop of color behind some of the large clip art pieces. I chose not to incorporate it anymore throughout the week because I didn't want it to be too busy. It was already so busy. I was really trying to have that effect of just mostly white space with like a couple of accents here and there. Like the day cover section, for example, just like smaller flowers and accents. That's really what I was going for. Okay, so on Saturday we watched a movie called Arrival. It was actually pretty good. A little bit weird, but but good. I also had a lot of fun pulling in freebies from other PR girls and my own freebies to include in this. I've been really enjoying like pulling out freebies that are in the same foil color and then just planning with them and incorporating them instead of pulling from like my full collection, just because it's like really satisfying to use up freebies. I don't know what it is, but when I have a good functional freebie, which is my intention as a PR girl to make my freebies functional, it's just very satisfying. Okay, so Saturday, after watching that movie as a family, I had a nice planning session. I always forget I have this cute little desk scene from White Chair Stationery. It's so cute, so I wanted to pull that in. And then we had dinner with a friend and then had ice cream right afterwards as well. I think this turned out so cute, this little section with like the large like clip art floral that was more piecey, and then the ice cream that is so adorable. I think it like kind of matched this kit and the vibe very well. And then afterwards we had game night with friends, so that was really fun. Really nice, chill, and like, you know, fun filled weekend with friends and family. So that was really nice. On the first half of the week, I used this really beautiful like grid pattern torn like washi strip here. I used it on the first half of the week, so I really wanted to use the second one on the second half of the week. Moving forward, I'm really hoping that Sadie Stickers will include more of the same like torn papers and like washi strips and grid strips and stuff on one page, just because I like having more than one thing to use so that it looks balanced on both pages. But I really like that, and I wanted to just mark Mother's Day using this really cute teapot, and it was like the smaller clip art piece that came with the kit and a script from Paper Trail Plans. We also made a Filipino breakfast, which was really nice. So I love this cute little breakfast tray from White Chair Stationery. And then afterwards, I filmed the Gathered Layers and Panda Bird design release. I don't know which one it was. It was probably the spring and summer one, but yeah, I wanted to mark that in a really cute way. So I just pulled in some stickers from White Chair Stationery, like a sticker of stickers, which is so cute. Yeah, so that's everything. I think this turned out so incredibly beautiful. This was such a perfect like kit to use for my birthday and for Mother's Day. So I always struggle trying to find a kit that will cover up all bases, like my birthday, Mother's Day, because usually my birthday does fall around Mother's Day. And it's really nice, you know, it's really nice that it was like really appropriate for it. The colors were appropriate, the cakes, the teas, all of it was just such a cute way to also include like Mother's Day. So that is this entire spread. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. I hope that you're doing well, and I will talk to you later. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Take care. Bye.